know that story?
Did you really get him to start it?
I got him to start it. Thank you.
Paper.
Yeah,
Did you
What
really?
happened? Yeah, we met at a hotel while I was down there for a convention.
Okay.
Where?
And, well, I don't remember, your mother was there,
Yeah,
and all her aunts, and David,
yeah.
and she always worried about everybody, and she said, well, you ought to write a letter, greatly. He didn't want us to write there. We gave him $25 for
So we'll give you the stamp.
for stamps, yeah.
Esther, it was your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, let's drink to Esther now.
I say drink to Seymour. I say
I
drink
say
to
drink to
Seymour.
Esther.
Let's just drink.
By the way, if anyone would be impressed to be here today, it would be Uncle Dave. Him, the family, what he did
I'm drinking.
all the time.
Au contraire, au contraire. I'll tell you,
Nice.
okay, I'm gonna have to tell you a story. Well, his family was important. Genealogy wasn't important, believe it or not. I have a letter that he wrote to Maury, his son Maurice,
Yes.
in which he says, I guess Maurice, and he hadn't been very
No,
close through
no,
the years, and evidently Maurice was trying to learn more about the family, and this letter was written to Maurice in response to perhaps some questions just about the family. And he said, well, I really don't know much about the family. He says, I never was much for family roots and all that. He says, if you really want to know, get in touch with Uncle George. And my nephew Seymour once had an interest
You're
in this
kidding.
too.
Oh, did you back then?
What Uncle
Yeah,
Dave
know
did
that.
for
Because
the people
I
who
started
knew.
making that scroll. You remember that thing?
Yes.
I started this scroll because I didn't know what to do with all the relatives we had.
No computers then.
So it was a very interesting, I have that letter somewhere.
Yeah, do you remember when that?
I meant for his immediate family. He
I'd
was
say it
very,
was
I remember that
probably
first
in the
reunion.
late 50s or so. He
Can
died
we
in
pause for a
62.
moment to identify this film?
Now, this film is being taken on Saturday, May 6, 1989.
At 7:07
At
p.m.
7:07 p.m. And present here are all our cousins. You want to start with cousin Mo Barons and Esther
Hello,
Barons?
Mo.
Don't go too fast now. Pan slowly. Next comes Bob and Rochelle Bash. And then comes yours truly, Seymour. And then
Knows them all.
Naomi and Lou Bob Rove.
Oh,
And
here we are.
finally, Evelyn and David Napoli.
That's it. Ham it up, Lou. You just
Terrific.
put it in right.
Photographer
Photographer
is Bernice.
Right.
Here we are again, folks. There's nobody here but me.
Attention to me.
Get some pictures while we can.
Oh, I'm not going to eat, but
Huh? So you look great. Great,
Thank
great,
you.
great. Pretty colors.
thank you. Turn around and
Oh,
you
the
for
girls
posterity,
girls
then you
have
just
to see
get,
how they
you
are.
get filmed. Just like,
Oh, this is nice.
Thank
can you do it that close?
Great.
Yeah, Dad,
Hi there. How are you? Tremendous reception. Great turnout. As much as anything. Tylenol trees are pretty sweet. My advice would be one of the most, that's a half a grain of coke.
She must be a showman.
Sally's daughter.
no, absolutely. Yeah.
Where's the doctor? Oh, I just saw this.
Sure, talk to your Uncle Seymour.
I saw the one of Jamie and Danielle. Couldn't believe it. They're looking at all kinds of things. About 3 or 4 years old.
Is there anything of you in there yet?
No. I'm down about 150 there. We may not meet anybody in person. We're going to be watching those movies. Actually, don't have to.
Yeah? You'll have to ask Uncle Seymour for a copy of that one too.
Baby Bennett.
There was a funny article in the paper a long time ago. Better forget it.
He has one more hair than
Like funny. The guy.
This in Spain is called an abrazo.
I thought you were gonna bring it.
Hi, Mia. Huh? Yeah, how you doing? Good, good.
Hello.
How are you?
Anything heavy on it?
It's all heavy duty. Front end suspension.
That's Harriet's granddaughter,
What's her name?
Shaney.
I've never seen already.
Oh, I saw her last week. We had a shower.
You've never seen her?
I've never knew her eyes on it. How's your truck?
Good. I like it.
Take it down here?
No.
You'll scare her.
I put heavy springs on it. They hurt my ride. I put on what they call
She's a doll.
It's not a progressive.
Now, wait a minute.
Maybe let's go.
This is my, Steve is my nephew.
But there are 3 leaves. I'm gonna take one out.
So Janie is nothing. I mean,
She's great niece.
Thursday, yeah.
Zeroing in on you. His claim to fame is the youngest, I think.
Was he 3 weeks?
3.5 weeks. Right. Right. Slightly proud. She's in a pink dress. Bernice wants to take a picture of you looking at me.
The baby? You're gonna take a picture? Okay. Well, what's your name? Okay. Oh, yeah,
What's that?
Now, please. Friends, relatives, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, children.
Hi, Bernie. Oh, my God. These are twins. Hey, turn them around. Are they both the same sex? Both boys.
We don't want somebody else to look like I can have your attention.
Get him quick before he starts to have a nosh.
We're running a little late on our program, and this Marisa, who lives in Israel, now has 2 children. The doctor is 3.5, and Miss Israel is 15 months. And is now has a job. He's teaching at San Francisco State University, and he was married last June. And our oldest son, David, is an accountant, which he doesn't like, and he's working part-time as a farmer, which he does like. So that takes care of the Saltzmans.
Kaiser told many jokes, and on the way home she said, "Evelyn, why don't you ever tell any jokes?" So I think she seemed to insinuate that I didn't have much of a sense of humor. So today I'm going to read a little story that I wrote. I don't expect you to laugh, but if you smile, I'll be happy. 10-year-old Don, and instead of one boss, as Steinbeck was, we had 4 chiefs on our trip. It was and only bite when bothered. Don complained, "Mom, don't be a sissy. See all the tents here, and anyway, it's 3 against 1, and I'm not getting out of the car." "Let me look around," my husband said, and he removed the flashlight from the seat and stepped out of the car. I could see him walking down the road. Suddenly he turned and ran back to the car. Don shouted through the open window, "Did you step on one? Did he bite you?" David jumped into the car, slammed the door, and even though the air was hot and humid, he swiftly closed the windows. "We're leaving," he shouted. "This place is impossible." "What happened?" I asked. He started the engine and drove out of the park. "What happened?" I asked again. "This place is infected with mosquitoes," he replied. "You mean we're leaving because of little mosquitoes?" Don asked, smiling. "Do you want to be eaten alive? They're here in swarms," he answered while scratching his face and arms. David found the state road and drove west while we laughed and laughed. I felt sorry for Steinbeck. His dog Charlie couldn't laugh.
Cy and I live in Florida now, and it's supposed to be our part-time home. We retained a beach cottage up here, but for one reason or another, we've been down there and enjoying it. Although separated from 2 of our daughters, we have 3. Our oldest daughter, at the age of 45, went back to law school last year, and she'll be completing law school a year from now. Sarah is a public defender and married her boss. Risa, our youngest, who was the mother of the twins, did that for us because we're on in years, and those are our first grandchildren, and we're kind of thrilled. We just saw them for the first time the day before yesterday, and we're just having a marvelous time. They look like they're going to be extremely intelligent and wonderfully athletic, and have everything that this family could give them. And our son-in-law, her husband, is completing his education at the same time. I don't know how they manage it, but they look healthy and happy. Thank you.
I won't mention it, that's right. Sadly, in '86, both my father, Issa Barbaro, and my mother, Beatrice, died within 5 months of each other. My mother, we found out, was 5 years older, and she led on. Hence, she was a cradle robber to my father. She died at 91, my father died at 86 plus. We currently live near Cherry Hill in a small town called Westmont, New Jersey. My 3 sons are in varying degrees of education. One of them is in Monterey, California, in an absolutely beautiful apartment overlooking the bay, making me incredibly jealous. He is studying, of all things, Japanese and an MBA. So he will be able to get probably free sushi at any time. My second son is graduating Rutgers University with also a degree in business. Hopefully he will support me so I can retire. My third son... Don't count on it, right? My third son is also in college studying laser technology, something which I don't even understand what it is that he's studying. My wife is teaching at the local community college. She runs a school for tutoring and testing in Haddonfield, New Jersey. And in between that is working on writing a book, possibly doing some computer programming, and once in a while saying hello to me. She hasn't made gefilte fish in 10 years. And I'm going to close by telling you a story. An old man walked into the doctor and said, "Doc, I have to tell you, I can't pee." So the doctor said, "How old are you?" He says, 96. The doctor said, "You've peed enough? I've talked enough."
Thanks a lot, Phil. We have a new entertainer in the family. I'm going to switch over to the Davis family here. Franklin or Elaine, would you like to come up and just introduce yourselves? Give us a quick little summary of what's happening to your little family.
Elaine Davis, and I'm here with my husband Franklin, and I have two daughters, Jamie, who is 9, 2 days ago, and Danielle over there, who is 10, and my father-in-law is here from England. He's going back tomorrow to head over there. My parents are Rose and Sidney Sklar, and they are in Florida. As you know, they sent a telegram. And basically what we're doing, my husband is a corporate pilot, and he travels around the world. He's out of the country about 6 months a year. And I used to own a theater company, and I work in theater with little kids and also with adults. It was a semi-professional company. My daughters are in the 4th and 2nd grade, and that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. What did it say? A princess in training. Yeah, he said from one princess to another, and then that's on the car. I'm here with my wife Rita and my daughter Alana, who as Seymour said is going to have to be a bat mitzvah next week, and my son Ori. What I really would like to tell you about is that Rita and I had a wonderful winter. We went back to the source of all the Shkolnik. We went back to Mother Russia, and we couldn't go to Yanova. I don't think that's a place that we would have permitted to go. There are places that you can go in Russia, places you can't go. You can go to Minsk, you can't go to Pinsk, you can go to Omsk, but you can't go to Tomsk, or the other way around. You can go to Irkutsk, but you can't go to Yakutsk. And I know the reason for that is I think that the Russians don't want foreign travelers to write songs about where they've been in Russia. So we didn't go to Yanova, but we managed to go to the Uspensky family. And as grim and gray as it was outside, it was so warm and friendly inside. We spoke to the Uspenskys, and after that, the next day, we met another family. Well, the Uspenskys have been refused permission to leave for about 10 years. And I know why they're not letting them leave, because we got to the house, and Ina Uspensky said, this has been a busy day. Another family from the U.S. just left. There's a French woman here visiting us. While we were there, a Swedish couple came in, and I think the Russians don't want them to leave. They're great tourist attractions. Well, I mean, that's kind of comical when I say it, but I mean, it's really serious. They're not allowed to leave. Then we met another
back home. Now, couples 1 and 3, just hold your partner's hand, the inside hand. Walk forward to the opposite couple, touch the outside hand, and back up. That's called up to the middle and back, okay? 1 and 3, go up to the middle and back. Now 2 and 4, go up to the middle and back. Now everybody face your partner, just to do with a partner. Now face your corner, do an oops-I-do with a corner. Then all join hands, circle to the left, around you go. Circle to the left, around like that. All the way till you get back home. the person across from you to a do-sa-do, individually. Well, you can, 1 and 3 can do better than that, I guess. 1 and 3, show them how. With the person across from you, do a do-sa-do. Both of you, go. There you go. All join hands, circle, lift around. You go, circle to the left, around like that. Now, circle to the right, the other way back. On the right, around you go. Now turn with the left, the other way back. Both arms and turn them around. The number 1 couple, get ready. Dance down the middle and go. Come back. Come back. Come back. Now single file, everybody face that direction. You lead them and now make your arch. Now everybody go forward and back. You turn with the right, around you go. Now turn with the left, the other way back. In both sides, go. And everybody go forward and back. Hey, back there, whoa!
Maybe it's Michael's wedding.
And everybody go forward and back. Turn like a right and then turn to the left, the other way back. In both sides and turn them around. The number 1 couple ready, yes! Whoop, down.
And that's Joe.